No, no.
These days, when I'm feeling burnout, there's only one thing that can bring me back out of that deep, dark hole.
Right.
And that's to enter the deep, dark hole that is his mind. Justin,
Yeah.
prepare for a mind melter. So you all know I love the weird. Yeah. I love the weird and I love the wonderful.
That's why I'm here. Hi, everybody.
I am so glad to have this man back in my life permanently. I'm never going to let him go because we're going to start a weird podcast or something.
Definitely.
This is something we have always wanted to do. We share so many similar interests, and the weird is one of them. Now, I love to bring the weird to the tabletop. Okay, and one of the things that I'm fascinated with is the idea of time travel.
Oh, we're doing one of these.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that time travel is absolutely fascinating.
Yeah. I remember the thing that got me into the weird was this one little book of unsolved mysteries when I was a kid that I think an aunt gave me.
Right.
And there was a whole section in there on time slips where people had been reported finding themselves in other time zones and stuff like that.
Time zones or times?
Time zones, sorry, yeah. Times. Yeah, oh my word, that's an hour forward!
God, I'm in Paris! I had a similar book as a child called The Directory of Possibilities.
Oh.
An incredible book by Campbell? There was a very famous, I think it's Campbell, Donald Campbell or something like that. But Justin, on the topic of time slips, right? I am now convinced,
right?
Okay, that for a certain part of our population on the planet, that this is actually a thing. So they are either time travelers, or it hooks into Alessio Cavatori's Highlander kind of a thing.
Okay.
I have a website.
There are Immortals?
Yeah, I have a website. Right. These are basically the 1%, right?
Right.
So scroll down, right?
So you're saying the 1% are secretly Immortals?
Sounds nonsense.
Well, it sounds like nonsense, but wait till you see the evidence. So here's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Right? And so
that is Nicolas Cage.
And that is Nicolas Cage. And that's 150 years ago.
What?
Yeah. So that's Nicolas Cage today.
Yeah.
And that is Nicolas Cage 150 years ago.
Okay.
Now, if it were just the one celebrity, the one percenter, you might say it's a coincidence. Or this one guy has been feasting on the blood of young virgins.
Possibly.
Which I'm convinced is a thing, by the way, stem cells.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to deviate here.
Okay.
Mel Gibson has been having stem cells injected into his 94-year-old father's ass.
What?
And it brought his father back from the brink of death. And his father is now 100 and something years old.
Right.
Okay? His father, right, so you can't they need stem cells from the umbilical cord of newborn babies.
See, this is, I am interested in the weird. You delve headlong in, you do a running bomb into it.
I love it, man. Just slather me
So
in the weird. Slather me. So Mel Gibson's dad, Mel Gibson loves his dad. And I love Mel Gibson because he loves his dad. I think dads deserve all the love in the world, okay? So Mel Gibson's dad was starting to go downhill at 94 years old.
Yeah.
So Mel Gibson took him into Mexico. Right. Okay. I think it was Mexico, one of the South American countries anyway. Because
Mexico, Brazil, somewhere like that.
Because you can't do this in I was going to say in the likes of the US and the UK because it's not FDA approved or whatever.
Yeah.
So what they do is they have a stem cell treatment where they recover the stem cells from the umbilical cords of newborn babies. Okay,
right.
The babies are perfectly fine. No babies are harmed during the process of this.
No babies were harmed in the making of this conspiracy theory.
So this is much more humane than the vampires that have been through history. That I believe are getting the same effect by drinking the blood of young virgins. I think it was the stem cells they were getting, and that led to longer and better life. Right?
Okay. Who else is in this?
Right. So the father started to get injected these stem cells. His eyes improved. He was able to throw away his glasses.
Right.
Okay. His hip, he couldn't move or walk at all because of his hip. They injected directly into his hip, and he was then up and walking about within just a few weeks. Okay.
Wow.
He started to
work out, or
you might
say. Okay. I see where this is going. We're on Warren's level.
He started to recover. Okay. And started to feel the virility of man coming
Once
back.
more, yes.
Okay. And Mel Gibson has been on the Joe Rogan podcast talking about this and saying, you will not believe the effect that these stem cells have. So I fully expect that Mel Gibson, if he's not already one of the 1% that have lived all the way through time and time traveled, that he will still be here. He might be the first person that just decides not to die as a result of stem cells.
Possibly.
Anyway, I digress a little bit. So Nicolas Cage, if it were just the one, and you didn't know about Mel Gibson's dad, you'd be well within your rights to say this is just a fluke. There's John Travolta.
Oh,
okay, that one I don't believe.
That's uncanny.
That is John Travolta.
No, I don't believe that one.
That's
that
151 years old.
That doesn't look like John Travolta.
It does look like John Travolta.
No,
plastic surgery does wonders.
No, the other thing is, remember that John Travolta is part of Scientology, and they know things.
Oh God,
they know things.
I thought that was Tom Cruise. I didn't realize it was John Travolta. I used to like him as an actor.
John. What? No. John Travolta is big. He's big into it. He knows things. Okay. And that's him 151 years ago.
I don't think that's him.
Okay, scroll down.
Okay.
My body of evidence is extensive.
Okay, that one I believe.
Bruce Willis.
Now, are you sure that's not from a movie set?
I'm positive that's General MacArthur.
Okay.
Really? But it's actually General Bruce Willis MacArthur.
That one is totally uncanny. That is crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Isn't that insane? No, Bruce Willis went on to make a movie about time travel called 12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
So
I've never seen it.
So I think it was now based. I think it was now based on a true story of Bruce Willis's life.
Okay.
So they do that.
The thing is, though, all of these actors, we have seen them when they're young. So does this stem cell sort of injection actually make them younger again, and then they re-age?
I think so.
Okay.
I think they're all taking injections. Man.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay.
Let's keep going because there's more evidence. No, there's rock. Now look at that. That was Stallone. Discovered in the 13th century.
That is Stallone, my sweet lord.
I'm telling you, look, the mind is melting. Look, do you see it drooping down on this side?
I
just have images of him in the 13th century, even then going, "Hey, yo, Adrian!"
Yeah.
On down.
It's him. So he was a pope.
Okay, this one I definitely bloody well believe.
This is Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
In 1530.
Yeah.
And in 1875.
Yeah, 1994 through 2011. No change.
Yeah. Again, Keanu Reeves.
Him I could believe is an immortal.
Starred in The Matrix.
Yeah.
Okay. They
Let's
do this.
Let's not go for Rocco's Basilisk again.
The Illuminati do this. We're not allowed to mention.
Oh, sorry, internet. Sorry.
Sorry, apologies. We didn't mention it.
What?
Never worry.
We'll explain later.
No, we won't, because we're not allowed to mention it. The thing about it is, the powers that be, they put all this shit in movies, man, to prepare us. Let's get back to the body of evidence, because it gets even better. Check out.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Orlando Bloom.
Pretty close, not quite.
Yeah, but he was better looking. Right, scroll down a bit more. No, this one I'm not so sure about.
No, definitely no.
I don't know what the hell. This was Alec Baldwin back when he was the 13th president of the United States after he had been stung by a bee in the gub.
Well, actually, if you look at Firefly, Gene, the fellow that played Gene, if you look at him when he was in Firefly and when he was in, what was the name? Chuck, looks completely different. I mean, totally different. Two different people. You wouldn't recognize them.
That's amazing. Okay, let's keep going.
Oh, wow.
I bet you did not expect to see Peter Dinklage.
Dinklage. I did not.
And there is Peter Dinklage, right back in the 1600s as Sebastien de Mora.
Okay, that I could believe. Eddie Murphy?
Now look at that.
Yeah, definitely that's Eddie
1920,
Murphy.
That was Eddie Murphy back in the 1920s. He's due his next round of stem cell shots by the looks of it.
Yeah. Okay, then we have... Okay, this one I don't believe.
I don't even know who this person is. I think that's been thrown in by the Illuminati as a red herring.
All right.
And there, look, Matt Damon in 1961.
Yeah, that's Matt Damon.
Yeah,
that is clearly Matt Damon.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Does that mean we have to make a movie about rescuing Matt Damon?
Yeah,
from
Matthew
the past?
McConaughey.
Yeah, definitely that's Matthew McConaughey.
Isn't it?
It's
Look,
crazy.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, yeah, that's Jay-Z.
And the one thing, Justin Timberlake.
Yep, that's him.
It's like, look at that, Conan O'Brien.
Yep.
And
Putin.
Vladimir
Yeah,
Putin.
no. Vladimir Putin is definitely an immortal.
He is
I
definitely
have seen
an
some
immortal.
stuff online. He is
Yeah.
definitely an immortal.
Well, I do not want to know what you've seen online about Putin.
Now, the one thing that all of these individuals have in common
Yeah.
is their supreme wealth, okay, and
Yeah.
poshness.
Okay.
All right.
Now, do you
So-
think the poshness goes hand in hand here?
Yes, it's the 1%. Okay?
Okay.
So it got me thinking about it. Within the walls of Beasts of War, right? We're all pretty much scum of the earth, bar one guy who has the poshest voice of us all.
Yeah, Ben.
Not talking about
not
Ben.
me.
Not Ben.
Oh, hang on, he's a brummie.
To whom do you refer?
Well, my good man, I did a little bit of research, okay, and I stumbled across this. Look at that!
The plot thickens.
I don't know what you mean. Clearly, that man is much taller.
So, who is that interesting looking creature in the middle with General Tom Thumb? I put to you, Sam.
That's P.T. Barnum. You can tell he looks like Hugh Jackman.
The ultimate test of this is: do any of us know anything about General Tom Thumb?
No.
Oh, aye, he was a circus performer back in the 19th century. He performed twice in front of Queen Victoria.
What was his favorite?
Yeah. And you were his agent. Justin,
Yeah.
they are out there.
Yeah, you have me on this one. You
Yeah.
have me on this one. Mind officially just melt it.